Asawana. It was a very bad day for the Fulani jihadis who attempted to invade River State.
Beautiful.
Unknowing to them, the people are already, the hungry militants are already on ground seeking whom to devour. And they made themselves available to be devoured. And of course, unfortunately, they were not alive to tell the story. They said they are the big boys of Nigeria. The government can't do them anything. Nobody can challenge them. They can invade your forest, take over your land, rape your women and the rest of them, and force you into Islamization, but not to them. They are Sawana. The boys are not smiling, and eventually they have to tell them the story they needed to hear, and send them to judgment. Could that be the way forward for every community and region of this country to remain safe?
You know, I keep saying it.
Why they were shouting Allahu Akbar, the boys are responding Asawana.
Oh my God. Please tell them I say they should not go to the east. It is their graveyard. They shouldn't go to their graveyard. The east is their graveyard. Hama can you see Kwado na east? You know, when Buhari came on as president and commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Nigeria, he was threatening that he will finish the militants. He will wipe them away. He will kill, he will crush them. America called him and said, my friend, you cannot fight these boys. And that is the militants. Britain called him and said, you cannot fight these boys. They have weapons to fight you 10 years non-stop. And this was 2015-16. They said America and Britain told Buhari categorically that these boys have 5 missiles. And although their weapons are made in Russia and Iraq, one of those missiles, we don't know how destructive. We don't know how the space one can cover. Whether one can destroy the whole Abuja. Nobody knows. But they have 5 missiles and they have weapons to fight Nigeria for 10 non-stop years. Britain told Harry, America told him. He sent soldiers. 300 of them were drowned in one day. And then the boys feasted on these soldiers. A lot of them ran out. Those who remained. You understand? So, East is a dangerous place for these religious idiots. They shouldn't go there. They shouldn't go there. East is a different place entirely. Okay?
Maybe they thought the way they rounded up Benue Plateau might be an easy going way for them.
East is a different thing entirely. They shouldn't go there. They are not prepared enough to handle the East. They cannot.
One of the guys or commanders said they are hungry, begging for war, and you bring the war to them. It's just like doing them.
You don't give them a few bush meat to eat. Don't give them a few bush meat. But that is a lesson for them and for those who are sending them, that they may know that they are not matched for what is over there.
Despite the success recorded in River State, there have been cases of invasion, Fulani invasion of recent along Enugu or so. People were rounded up and some short deaths and the rest of them. Why are other regions of the East not prepared for this eventuality? Why are they lagging behind? Because Delta have set a pace, Rivers have set a pace. Why are other people doing? Even in Imo State, there have been kidnappers, ravaging, and the rest of them. Once discovered from Jigawa, set of kidnappers kidnapping people in Imo State, all the way from Jigawa.
Oh, well, since Hope Uzodinma became the governor of Imo State, since he was bought by APC, he is now one of the terrorists among Igbo governors. Enugu State governor has joined them. You understand? You cannot be in the camp of my enemies and still tell me you are my protector. You cannot be protecting me while you are working with my enemies. Hope Uzodinma cannot protect Imo State. Mba cannot protect Enugu State. So, joining APC, working with APC, they have watered the security of their places. You understand? But that is just for a while. They have done that all for selfish reasons. And when the time comes, Igbo, Egosinye Hajiriburi. I'm not afraid. All this little bad news here and there, doesn't define who we are. We've been tested and trusted. Talking about Igbos, talking about war, talking about handling a war, talking about fighting a war with nothing. Obasanjo said something. He said to Buhari, he said, talking about Nigeria, he said you could not defeat these people when they were not prepared. Is it now that they have taken over the whole world that will defeat them?
So could that mean the persecution of Igbos in Nigeria is a blessing in disguise because it has pushed the Igbos to the utmost parts of the world?
That is exactly what Obasanjo said. He said you hated them here and chased them away. And they ran out all the corners of the world and then they become. It's just like Jephthah in the Bible. His brothers hated him and called him son of a harlot. Chased them away. He said he cannot inherit anything from their father's house. Bible says Jephthah went to a far country and became an alaye and agbero. Became a tout. Developed himself into a mighty man of war. So much so that other countries were hiring him for war. And he was successful. The Midianites came on Israel again. And Israel had nobody to fight for them. But they heard that their son, Jephthah, was a mighty man of valor somewhere. And then they sent men to go and beg him to come and fight. And the condition was, if I fight for you and win the war, will you make me your king? Israel agreed. And Jephthah came and fought and defeated the Midianites and ruled Israel for 40 years. You understand? So that is what Nigeria has done to Igbos. Chase them away. And we've gone out and we've seen the light. We have seen what we can do with modern day technology and science in producing the modern Ogbunigwe. And so the modern Ogbunigwe will not be the ordinary Ogbunigwe that you had, which terrified the world during 67 to 60 to 70. And the new Ogbunigwe will be highly scientific.
Now, we don't promote war, we promote human dignity and, of course, sanctity of human lives.
Yeah.
Now, what could you say about the Ogbunigwe? Igbos are under pressure of survival. Nigeria came heavily against the Igbos, possibly by every means to silence or annihilate the entire Igbo people.
Yes.
Could lost 5 million or more in the course of the war. Now, what gave them the instinct of creativity? In the midst of necessity, they were able to design, to articulate to the point of crafting, designing an innovation that baffles the world. Ojukwu bucket.
That's what I'm saying, that The Ogbunigwe of today, when America released atomic bomb, the world never knew there was something like that. And the world did not know how many America had, how many pieces of atomic bomb America had. America just dropped 2 on 2 cities, and the war ended. You understand? The modern day Ogbunigwe will be worse than atomic bomb. Russia came up with Satan II missile and said that Satan II missile is 2,000 times more dangerous than atomic bomb. That all they need to sink Texas, which is as large as Nigeria, is 1 Satan II missile. Drop it at the center of Texas, the whole Texas become dust. Drop it at the center of Nigeria, Abuja, the whole Nigeria will dust.
Why are they going too far in such destructive innovation?
Igbos.
Is it for power quest or what?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. When you become a nuclear weapon, a nuclear nation.
That is crazy indeed.
When you become a nuclear nation, you are feared, you are respected. You understand? That's why they go into that. Okay? So, but Igbos are in very, very dangerous positions in the world. Very, very dangerous positions. And I just pity anybody who will fight Igbos again in Nigeria. It won't be fun.
We don't pray for war because bullet does not have identity.
We don't pray for war, but the war is always the last resort. When Lucifer was messing up in heaven, God was watching him. God watched Lucifer deceive 1/3 of the innumerable angels in heaven. The number of angels that Lucifer deceived, there's no human figure to number them. They are both trillions, they are both quadrillions, they are both decillions. They are innumerable, no human figure.
And God was silently watching, possibly giving him time to repent.
Or when God saw that there was no other option than war, God himself declared war in heaven. So in life, there are times when the only option is war. And that's what happened in 1967. War was the only option.
Some say that
And Ikemba did not declare war.
such war would have been avoided.
Ojukwu did not declare war. It was Gowon that declared war. Ojukwu declared Biafra. So that there could be a safe place for Igbos. Because Igbos were killed on the streets, in the barracks, in the marketplaces, everywhere.
Even here in Lagos?
Yeah, everywhere in this country. Ojukwu, the then governor of Eastern State, had no option than to call for a meeting of Eastern elders. Chief Frank Opijo of Bayelsa was the one who suggested the name Biafra. That since the bite of Biafra had been noticed for the first time, 1503, that it is good to call the whole region Biafra. Ikemba declared East Biafra. Gowon declared war and brought war to us when we had no choice than to fight in self-defense. You understand? So, if such a situation presents itself again, where our enemy enjoyed killing us, we won't have any choice than to do what? Fight in self-defense, that we may not be annihilated.
Just as Ojukwu said, if you are blaming us for going into war, we are only fighting to live.
That is it.
That is just it. Now, go on today, communities have been ravaged, just as Ojukwu told him, as you're fighting us, conspiring to annihilate our people, you will be alive to watch your own people killed and in news. Would that
curse.
be a cause fulfilled?
It is a curse. It is simply a curse.
And Gowon is alive watching the entire middle belts in news.
Yeah.
Several communities overrun and possibly occupied by the entirely enemies.
But the same people go on brought that time to kill us. You know, he brought the Fulanis from all over Africa to annihilate us. And when the war ended, those Fulanis refused to go back to where they came from. They settled there. They have grown in power and in rank, and are now eating those who brought them against us. Bible says a cause without a cause shall not stand. But a cause with a cause stands. You see, the cause Ojuku cost for one has a cause. That's why it stands. And that's why what they brought to kill us is not killing them. And we cannot help. We are humans. We feel for them. But what can we do? Those ones that are being killed over there are Christians. They are human beings too. We feel for them, but there's nothing we can do about it.
There is nothing we can do about it, indeed, before you leave. But there is something the president can do. The government of U.S. has mandated Tinubu to do something.
Okay.
To publish the name of the terrorists.
He cannot.
And their financiers.
He cannot.
And also to dislodge or disarm the terrorists.
Tinubu cannot.
Can't you do this as the Grand Commander of the Armed Forces and the President?
Nigeria does not even have the armed forces to do that. Mind you, Tinubu is a Muslim, so he has religious sentiment and sympathy for these people. So he cannot. The only thing is, America, do your work and let us see what the result will be.
America said we have the list.
Yeah.
Use your hand, publish the list. Let's know whether you are really interested in the safety of the people, because the list upon being published will shock Nigerians, those sponsoring the killings.
Tinubu won't do it now. He won't do it. America will do it. Watch out. This government cannot, will not. Because
is it failing Nigerians?
Yeah, of course.
In that primary responsibility of protecting life?
Oh, yes. He has not. He's failing. He has failed.
Are we saying that Nigeria might possibly be teaching towards a failed state?
Not inching forward to. Nigeria is a failed state already. So, when terrorists will go to where the nation produces its soldiers and kill soldiers, kill generals, kill captains, kill majors at will, and nobody brings to book these people who do such things.
A whole general was slaughtered.
Is that a country?
If that were to be in the east, what do you think would be happening now? Possibly everywhere may have been deserted.
Of course. That is what they are looking for, opportunity to ravage the east. But God is above them. The God of the east is above them.
Well, thank you very much for this in-depth analysis, honestly, cutting across all the facets of human existence. And we are to sensitize the world and to promote human dignity and existence. Woman has the right to live, an inalienable right to self-determination. Yes. Is a right protected under international laws.
Yes.
Which cannot be resolved by any institution of the state.
Yes.
Including Nigeria, as Shetima argued, or submitted at the International United Nations General Assembly.
Mulika a cikin wata mota suna cikin tafiya ba su san ya zube ba ga shi
He's decorating his supported Boko Haram and Bandits into Nigerian army, decorating them for Nigerian army. And they're celebrating the bandit who does convert to Nigerian army. You can see where this country run land does. Yeah, but person will no get in contact with non-government, come hide, come carry and give sentence, life sentence or more.
Hold on, Thank you.
Bro, the man on white is Gumi, the direct contact to Boko Haram, the spokesperson of Boko Haram and Bandit. You understand? Now he's decorating, he's repented Boko Haram and Bandits into Nigerian army, decorating them to Nigerian army. You understand? They're celebrating the bandit the way they just convert to Nigerian army. You can see where this country run land does. But as we know, get in contact with non-government, come carry and give sentence, life sentence, or more.
Hold on, hold on.
Bro, the man on white is Gumi, the...
So why should Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be treated differently? Well, whatever happens, we hope, of course, justice will prevail.
Justice will certainly prevail.
Thank you once again
You're welcome.
for your brilliant submissions.